Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rent One Park. Hey, I'm Chuck Morgan, the voice of the Texas Rangers Baseball Club, and my hometown is Marion, Illinois. On behalf of everyone who considers Marion to be home, we want to welcome the players and visitors from around the world to this year's Colt World Series. We hope you're finding Marion and Rent One Park to be a place of friendly faces and a great venue for great baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Colt World Series baseball time in Marion. Play ball!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 17 of this Pony League Baseball Colt World Series. I'm Dave McKenzie. Danny Vallier joins me here for the final game of the night that is starting about an hour and 25 minutes past its scheduled start of 8 o'clock, as we had a couple of long games, but a lot of excitement still here at the ballpark. A fantastic crowd, Danny, is here to watch the host team Marion take on Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, they're excited about this matchup between the host team Marion and Greensboro, who came off a emotional win over Team Mexico earlier this afternoon, and it went quite a while, Dave.
It did. It was a long game, and we're talking about 3 hours. No, that game was right at about 3 hours. We had one game that went 3 hours and 45 minutes earlier.
Oh.
And that's what's thrown us behind here on our schedule. But looking forward to this matchup. Marion comes into this game tonight. They have handled business. They've had a good bracket. They are 2-0. They've got a 9-1 win over Greensboro, a 5-4 win over Mexico. Greensboro, this will be game number 5 and game number 2 of the day for Greensboro. As you mentioned, they beat Mexico 9-8 this afternoon. They started off the tournament a 12-1 win over Aroma Park, lost to Marion. These two teams have already played once, and Marion won 9-1. They did beat Aroma Park a second time and actually eliminated Aroma Park 5-4. That was yesterday. Now, here's how the bracket stands. Right now, Covina, California is already in the championship game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. If Marion wins this game tonight, then they will play in the championship game against Covina. If, for some reason, Greensboro, North Carolina picks up the win, then these two teams would play at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. They would play again. It's a double elimination tournament. So if Marion wins, Greensboro's tournament is over. If Greensboro wins, then they'll play. Each team will have one loss, and the winner of the second matchup would advance to the championship game.
Gives it that real College World Series vibe. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting right now.
Absolutely is. We are getting set, and Greensboro is the visiting team here tonight, and the starting pitcher for Marion is Camden Raditz, and leading things off for Greensboro, right fielder Wesley Cluess. It'll be Cluess, Moore, and Jackson Jones, and a long fly ball is going to go out of play. Actually, maybe a play over on the wall, and it falls out of the reach of first baseman Dawson Griffith.
I'm glad you explained the situation of the if necessary
If
game.
necessary is what they are listed on the bracket. You can look at the complete bracket. Just head to coltworldseries.org. Here's the 1-1 pitch taken for a ball, 2-1. Out in the field behind Camden Raditz, Ethan Golish is the left fielder. Ball away. Brendan Bergen is center field. Morgan Fricker in right. On the infield, Moss, Harlan, Hari, and Griffith. Third to first. And behind the plate, Jack Ford doing the catching. And Cam Raditz is on the mound. Pitch misses low, and the leadoff batter reaches with a walk.
See some storms brewing out beyond the center field.
Those are more over. It's deceiving because I've been watching that all evening, but they're still up like White County, moving down toward Evansville, moving from the northwest to the southeast. I don't know that it will be any concern here. It is a beautiful night here. First pitch, 83 degrees, partly cloudy. Breeze out of the southwest, blowing to center field at about 10 miles an hour.
Pretty humid out, too.
It is muggy. Bunt down the first base line, going to sacrifice the runner over, and the put out is 1-3, and the sacrifice is good by Angel Mora. Angel Mora just had an outstanding game in the first game today. Couple of hits, couple of RBIs. Jackson Jones, the center fielder, and he was outstanding as well. He pitched 5 strong innings to start the game earlier this afternoon in their win over Mexico, 9-8. And that pitch taken for ball 1. On deck is Ian McMillan. McMillan had a long stint on the mound as well. Called strike right down the middle, 84 from starting pitcher Camden Raditz. Runner at second base, courtesy of the sacrifice bunt. And Jackson Jones tried to lay one down, surprised the infield. It went foul to the left side. Outfield is straight away for Marion.
Jackson Jones hitting 4 of 8, 500, a trio of walks.
That was coming into the games today. Throw back to check the runner at second in Cluis, and he gets in under the tag.
Very tall presence at the plate.
Good athlete. I've enjoyed watching him play. There's so many good athletes that we've seen here over the course of the last 4 days. Of course, tomorrow night, Championship Tuesday, here at the Colt World Series. Hope you'll come join us. Pitch called, third strike. Gets Jackson Jones looking for out number 1. Or excuse me, out number 2. And now Ian McMillan, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Ian hits from the right side. There's 2 down here in the top of the first. The first pitch was at 9:24. On deck is Tate Andrews for Greensboro. Greensboro in the dugout on the third base side. Right back up the middle, knocked down by Raditz. Gets the ball, throws to first, not in time. He did a good job, number 1, to even get a glove on it. It was a liner right back about hip high. He knocked it down, but just couldn't get to it in time. And that'll be a base hit for McMillan. And on the hit, it moved Wesley Cluis over to third base.
Yeah, that was a hot shot back up the middle. Just the reaction, just for Branitz to react was impressive in itself.
After he knocked it down, it wound up about 12, 15 feet away from him and just not quick enough to get it to first. He got a throw off. It was about a step too late, though. This is Tate Andrews, the designated hitter in this matchup tonight for Greensboro. Off goes McMillan as he steals second. Tate Andrews at the plate, swings through the pitch from Raditz.
82 miles an hour on that fastball. Hard to hit in on the hands.
Yes, it is.
He goes back with that heat.
1-2 with 2 down. Tate Andrews in this tournament is hitting .250. He is 1 for 4. Up high and inside. Evens the count at 2-2.
Greensboro trying to ride the momentum of their game earlier this afternoon. Marion fresh after their win against Mexico last night.
Liner toward second, fielded there by Hari. The sliding catch on the liner ends the threat here in the top of the first inning. Marion will come to bat, no score here at the Colt World Series live from Rent One Park. Bottom of the second here in game number 17. And Marion coming to bat. It's going to be Brandon Bergen to lead things off. Brandon in center field. Cruz Harlan at short. Drake Moss, and if anybody gets on, Caleb Sievers. On the bump for Greensboro, North Carolina, Garrett Jones gets the start tonight, the left-hander. Defensively behind him, it will be Nate Billings in left, Jackson Jones in center, Wesley Cluis is in right. Quinn Wolford gets the start at third, Ian McMillan at short, Angel Moore at second, and Joaquin Gordon at first. This ball is fouled back to the crowd. Behind the plate, Connor Smith catching his second game of the day. And Garrett Jones on the mound for Greensboro, North Carolina. Brandon Jones for the tournament is hitting .625. He is 4 for 7. He's got 3 singles, a triple, 1 RBI, and has scored 3 runs. One ball, 1 strike. Bergen bats from the right side of the box. Not that there's a wrong side to the box, but he bats from the right-handed. Right.
It's the most common, right?
It is the most common, I would think. Maybe it is the right side.
Maybe it's the wrong side.
Difference, it just depends on your point of view. Left-hander hammers that one down the left field foul line. The pitch from Garrett Jones kind of stiff arms his pitch, at least on that one. Really full extension.
And
maybe trying to get out on the curveball.
And Bergen got a good eye on that ball just to make contact.
He was waiting on it. Here's the 2-2.
There's another curveball.
Misses inside, and the count now full.
56 miles an hour.
Bergen, the leadoff hitter. Stands right up on top of the plate. Bat just off his shoulder. Here's the pitch. Takes it inside for ball 4.
First walk for Jones, second of the game that we've seen. And actually, both men who walked were in this game. Both are the leadoff men.
Cruz Harlan, the shortstop, digs in now. The runner in front of him in Bergen. Off-speed pitch at 60 from Jones. Misses outside.
Really relying on that breaking ball.
Makes you wonder. We don't see the pitch counts for these teams. Marion should be in great shape. It would be interesting to see what pitching is available. I'm assuming every player at some point throws during their season, whenever that is. But here in this tournament, off goes the runner from first, gets away from the catcher, Connor Smith, but Bergen didn't see it, and he stays at second on the stolen base.
Yeah, you wonder if, as a coach, you just tell someone, hey, here, throw 25 pitches here. I know you don't pitch, but we need you right now. Just get it over the plate.
Just throw it over.
Rely on your defense.
That misses high. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And right now, the lack of control really showing here. You wonder if that fatigue will set in.
Number 6, Garrett Jones. That pitch is fouled back, and it's in the crowd as Connor Smith gives chase.
It'd be one heck of a marathon if Greensboro wins tonight. Then they got to get up early tomorrow morning to play. I mean, that is running the gauntlet if you're Greensboro.
Absolutely. And I talked about that earlier. People may not realize, it's just baseball, but the physical toll that a tournament like this takes on you, especially in the weather conditions that we had today. With it hot and humid, and another walk now has been given to Cruz Harlan.
I thought about that too, just, trying to run in these conditions and trying to stay composed, but also perform at the capability that you're able to perform with in this kind of a climate. And I don't know what the climate's like in Greensboro, but I mean, it has to be some kind of adjustment from a team from the east to adjust to Southern Illinois muggy summer weather.
Absolutely. Head coach Adam Gunn goes out to talk to his pitcher, Garrett Jones. I've got a buddy that just moved down to North Carolina, about 20 miles from the coast. And he said that down there, they've had the high heat recently in the last week or so. But typically, around 85 should be the high.
So their heat is our cool.
Yeah, we would take 85. That's what it is right now, 83.
Is there a deal we can make with the Weather Channel?
I'm going to go down and stay in his spare bedroom several times. He just moved down there, and you call him and say, "What are you doing?" "Well, I'm at the beach." "I hate you. But I'll be there next week."
You don't stay longer than 3 days, do you?
No. Here's the 1-0 as the runner from second in. Bergen takes third on the stolen base.
2 stolen bases for Brendan Bergen in this inning, showing off the wheels.
You can bet that Marion is going to be aggressive on the base paths. Take what they give you. Get in scoring position. That's what we saw in the previous game with Covina. They ran, and you could see that in that game, Harlingen, Texas was just wore out. They had nothing to give.
They were gassed.
There was just nothing in the tank, and it resulted in a 14-1 loss. 2 balls, 1 strike, lifted in the air toward right, high, towering fly ball. Clueless camps under it, makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. The throw is in time. Got him. Good throw. What a play from Wesley Clueless to gun down Brandon Bergen. 9-2 on the putout for the first out.
Fantastic job by Clueless and right.
Actually, that would be the second out. F9 on the putout for Drake Moss. Whoa, showing off the rocket arm for Wesley Clueless. Number 4 hitter pounds that one and base hit into the left field. That is Caleb Siebers. Here comes the runner home. That throw is off the mark. Marion's on the board, 1-0, and going all the way to third as the ball got away from the catcher is Caleb Siebers, scoring a single, and he takes second and third on the throw home.
Well, you said it, Dave. Marion's going to take advantage of what they can get, and they're going to take advantage of Greensboro's defense that has played so much in just today. I mean, they went 12 innings in a emotional win, and now the winds may be coming out of the sails. But it's still early. It's only the first inning.
That game 3 hours and 45 minutes long. In the heat, started at 2 o'clock. At the plate now, in the 5-hole, Ethan Golish getting the start in left field in this game. He bats with the runner at third in Sievers. Golish
one of the all-conference honorees in Southern Illinois.
And takes that pitch for ball 3 from Garrett Jones. Golish coming into tonight. He's only had one plate appearance. Haven't seen a lot of him, but he's getting the start in left field tonight. Where's number 5? Hits from the right side. The 3-0 pitch from Jones. Called strike outside corner, 59 from Garrett Jones.
A lot of off speed. Marion may just be sitting on something over the plate. They may have gotten him timed.
1-0 to score.
I mean, they know what's coming at this point.
And he short hops that one about 40 feet, and Golish picks up the walk.
Third walk in the inning for Garrett Jones.
Morgan Fricker now coming to the plate. And I think we're going to have a change as Adam Gunn comes out and talks to home plate umpire.
They have 6 guys on the bench that have not started in this game. Of course, he could also just use someone from the outfield or in one of the positions.
And it's going to be Wesley Cluis that comes in, and going out to replace Cluis is going to be Jordan Saunders. So Cluis is coming on to pitch for Greensboro. And in to replace him in right field, Jordan Saunders. One nothing our score here in the final game of the night, game number 17. Wesley Cluis going through his warm-up pitches.
Change from lefty to righty. Jones responsible for runners at the corners. 2/3 innings of work, just 5 at-bats, 5 batters faced. He's walked 3 of them. 2 of them were eliminated. Well, 1 scored. Or I should say 2 of them were eliminated on that double play from right field to catcher.
Cluis threw a little bit earlier today in that win over Mexico. For the tournament, he has thrown 3 innings. He's 1-0. Allowed 1 run, struck out 6, hit 1 batter, comes in with an ERA at 2.33. And coming to the plate is going to be Morgan Fricker. Morgan is 0 for 5. He's got 8 plate appearances. 0 for 5 in at bats. Scored 2 runs. And the first pitch from Wesley Cluess taken for ball. Cluess throwing up around 70, 71 miles an hour. The right-hander works from the stretch. Runners at the corners.
Tried to check and couldn't hold up. Tough pitch to lay off of. Upstairs, comes in at 71. Marion trying to stay aggressive.
There's Fricker taking a ball, 2-1. Cluess looks in, gets his sign from the stretch. Off the plate, off goes the runner. They're going to pick off the runner, but they fake the throw down. Pitcher cuts it off. They have Siebers caught between second and third. The runner at second needs to head to third, but they get the tag at home, and they execute a perfect job of picking off that runner. The catcher jumped up, threw the ball on a line that was cut off by the pitcher. The runner, Siebers, thought it was going through, and then little pickle, and the third out ends the inning. Marion scores 1 run. They leave 2 stranded, and that may be a big lift for Greensboro, North Carolina. Great defensive play. We're heading to the top of the second here at the Colt World Series.
And imagine going from the classroom to the boardroom. Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Greensboro has the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up. It's going to be Quinn Wolford to lead things off, the third baseman. And then Joaquin Gordon and Connor Smith. 1-0 our score. Marion leads it. They scored 1 in the bottom of the first. And Camden Raditz comes back out. Base hit to center field on the leadoff hitter, Wolford. And if this is an early indication of what this game's going to be like, we're in store for a barn burner here.
Yeah, that's why I brought the other half of my Subway footlong.
That a boy.
May need some lunch.
Had barbecue in here earlier.
If I had a knife, I'd split this half footlong of a half footlong with you. That's if you're hungry. I know you.
Joaquin Gordon is the batter. Hits from the left side. Gordon at first this evening for the tournament. That's not pulling up for me. The ball goes foul.
Marion scratching across 1 in that first inning. Cruz Harlan coming around the score. On the single by Caleb Siebers.
1-1 the count. Nobody out and the runner at first. Gordon batting .333, 2 hits and 6 at bats. He's got 2 RBIs, scored 5 runs. He's been hit by a pitch. Walked 3 times and struck out twice. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's been getting on base pretty well.
He has.
See if he can get on here.
Squares to bunt, shows bunt, pulls it back. And ball 2 from Camden Raditz. Cam, the right-hander, stands with his right foot in the stretch position right in the middle of the rubber. Here's his pitch. Bunted back to Raditz. Will go to first for the out there. The sacrifice is good from Gordon. Moving Wolford to second. And that's going to bring up Connor Smith.
Connor batting in the 8 hole tonight, wearing the number 9.
He looks at the first pitch right down the middle for a strike. 82-mile-an-hour pitch from Cam Raditz. That's Raddatz. For those scoring at home, swing and a miss from Connor Smith.
Last one at 84.
Connor hitting 300. He's 3 of 10 in the tournament. Powers this one toward left. It's going to be caught by, Golish misplays it. Over his head, it goes all the way to the wall. We have a tie ball game as Wolford comes around to score from second.
Yeah, Connor Smith got good contact on that ball, turned on it, and fooled over in left field Ethan Golish, who thought he had a beat on it, but the ball went right behind him, not by much, but enough to where it allowed Wolford to score from second easily, and Connor Smith is now at second. Both the men trading places.
We have seen that exact same thing happen probably 4 or 5 times today, where the ball just carried a little bit more than the outfielder thought. Well hit balls. Maybe they misplayed it, but it looks like maybe the carry wasn't anticipated. And at the plate now is the number 9 hitter in Nate Billings.
In these humid conditions, the ball tends to jump a little bit more, and the wind kind of helps a little bit. It's blowing out slightly, throwing in a little bit.
That's off the pitcher. Raditz tries to get to it. Can't. Be an infield hit for Billings. And now it's going to bring up the top of the order in Wesley Cluis. Cluis walked and wound up stranded at third in the first inning. Bats here in the second.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 7, Wesley.
Started off playing the field in right field. Now he's the pitcher, and he bats here in the second inning. Squares to bunt, runner at first and third. There's only one down, so he may be trying to sacrifice. Hitting 167, 2 for 12 in this Colt World Series. The pitch from Raditz. Bunted foul. Outfield playing shallow for Cluis. Square shows bunt again, but the pitch is high from Camden Raditz. 1-1 ball game, 1 run on 4 hits for Greensboro. Marion has only batted once. They have 1 hit. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bunts it. This time Raditz gets to it, comes home, throw in time to get him. To gun down Marley, who was the courtesy runner. And I think Marley think that he got in there.
It was very bang-bang play. It was very close, but the ball got there just in the nick of time before he did, and the tag well applied by Jack Ford.
Angel Moore is the batter now. We mentioned earlier that he had a really good game earlier today. The first pitch from Raditz is taken for a ball. Nice play defensively there from Raditz, and good job of Jack Ford staying in there and getting that tag down quick for the second out of the inning. Lifted on the right side, foul territory. First baseman comes in, makes the catch. That is Dawson Griffith, and that retires the side. We're going to head to the bottom of the second inning. Marion's coming to bat. We're tied at 1 here at the Colt World Series. Bottom of the second inning for Marion here at the Colt World Series. It's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Morgan Fricker will come back to the plate. He was at the plate when the last out was made. And then you have Jack Hari, Dawson Griffith at first base. And then if anybody gets on, catcher Jack Ford will bat here in the second. 1 run for each team. 1 run on 4 hits for Greensboro, 1 run on 1 hit for Marion, and they bat for the second time here in the game. First pitch from Wesley Cluis is outside for ball 1. Fricker is at the plate for Marion. And he takes the pitch for ball 2. Fricker, we talked about earlier, is 0 for 5 at the plate. He's walked 3 times and scored twice. 375 OBS.
Sometimes it's all you need. Just get on base.
Just somehow.
Is that line from Moneyball? He gets on base.
And he does. Leadoff walk for Morgan Fricker. And now Jack Hari will come to the plate.
Now batting, second baseman, number 6.
Hari wears number 6. Bats from the right side. Outfield scoots in except for left. They're going to play him a little deep out and left, but center and right came in about 5 paces. Runner at first. It's Hari right up on the plate. Here's the pitch, off speed in the dirt, blocked nicely by Connor Smith. Hari is hitting 200. He's got 1 hit and 5 at bats. He's walked once, scored 2 runs. He's got a single Here's a pitch. The runner takes off, sails the throw into center field. Good backup out there by Ian McMillan as the throw from Connor Smith over the head of Angel Mora that was going to take the throw.
Marion continuing their aggressiveness on the base paths, putting more pressure on Greensboro's defense, trying to make something happen with their feet.
2 balls, 1 strike to Hari. Oh, he hit this one towards right, coming in, making the catch is Saunders for the first out. F9 if you're scoring at home, and Dawson Griffith will come to the plate now for Marion.
And that ball hung up just enough for Jordan Saunders to come in and make that catch.
Dawson also hits from the right side. Takes the first pitch in for a ball.
He's got a big gap in right center field.
Yes, he does. Takes strike 1. 1-1. 71-mile-an-hour pitch from Cluis.
Came in.
Go ahead.
Since they came in after Garrett Jones pitched 2/3 of an inning.
Dawson hitting 200 for the tournament. His on-base percentage is .429. He's got 1 hit and 5 at-bats. He's walked twice, struck out once. And a chopper foul up the third base foul territory area.
Dawson got a piece of it over the top of the baseball.
Foul. Please visit. If you have lost your phone, please visit SI table.
Still has that big gap in right center. Small hit will knock in Fricker at second.
Here's the pitch. Off speed, hung up, popped up, foul territory. Who's going to take it? First baseman Gordon takes it. F3 on the putout. And now the number 9 hitter in Jack Ford coming to the plate.
Now batting, the catcher, number 9, Jack Ford.
Ford, who hits from the left side, comes to the plate with the runner in scoring position at second. 2 down. Lines this one foul down to the berm. Down the left field line. Mine. Love that sound effect. Love that movie.
Is that what people say when the foul balls come around?
Mm-hmm. Mine.
Mike Overstoken. That's all I think about with foul balls in Rent One Park nowadays.
Called strike for Wesley Cluis. Ford batting .400. He's 2 for 5. 2 singles, 4 RBIs. Fielder's choice once, walked once, struck out once. The throw behind the runner, or the pickoff throw from Cluis.
That was a lot closer than it looked.
Yes, it was. Fricker's the runner at second. The pitch is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still a 1-1 game at 10:04. We're in the bottom of the second inning. The game first pitch was at 9:24. That pitch away. 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cluis looks in. The right-hander deals. Low, 3-2. Shallow and left. The pitch is up and out away. And Ford picks up a walk. And it's going to be the top of the order now. Brandon Bergen. Bergen walked, stole a base, and then was gunned down at the plate.
And a beautiful throw from right field.
Courtesy runner coming in now for Ford. Ford will go put the gear on as he's the catcher for Marion. Bergen lines this one foul. We saw the speed game from Marion there early in the first. Bergen got on, and we saw him steal 2 bases. Cruz Harlan. And Drake Moss, or excuse me, Siebers, all running once they reached base. But now Bergen is looking at an 0-2 count from Wesley Cluess with 2 outs. In a 1-1 game, that's fouled out of play once again.
Please return all foul balls to the nearest dugout or the visit SI table on the concourse and receive a token for free Culver's ice cream.
Here's the pitch from Cluess. Oh, swung and struck him out. What a pitch. Nice job from Cluess as he strikes out Bergen for the 3rd out. And as we head to the top of the 3rd, still tied at 1, Danny Vallier has the next play-by-play when we return. This is the 2022 Colt World Series.
Again, a big thank you to our
Back with you at Rent One Park. It's tied at 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Danny Vallier here with you in the booth at Rent One Park in Marion, home to the 2022 Colt World Series. Leading off the 3rd for Greensboro, Jackson Jones. And Jones slices this one to right field. That's going to be a base hit. And for Jones, he's going to round first, but he's going to stay with a single. So Jackson Jones gets on after striking out in the 1st inning, looking, and on the first pitch to Jones, he hits a double. Pitcher Camden Raditz still on the mound. That one just goes foul. That was a hot shot off the bat of Ian McMillan. Facing now an 0-1 count. He singled in the 1st. Stole 2nd, was stranded there. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for North Carolina. Greensboro, 1 run on 1 hit for Marion. McMillan plays short Bats from the right side. Even stance. The runner at first, Jackson Jones, taking a comfortable lead. Over at first, that ball away. 1-1 on McMillan. Covina Blue, one half of the championship is set. Covina will be in the title game tomorrow night as that ball sails way foul.
Ian McMillan, the tournament, hitting .429. He's 6 for 14. He's got 4 singles, a triple, an inside the park home run. He's got 5 RBIs. He's scored 5 runs. He has walked 3 times, struck out once. His OBP is 529.
One of the hottest players of the Colt World Series. That ball upstairs, 2-2. After him, it'll be Tate Andrews. Wind blowing from right to left. Storms in the distance. No, don't think it won't affect us. That ball outside, full count on McMillan. If Marion wins, they'll move on to the championship game. If Greensboro wins, both teams will play again bright and early at 9 a.m. Pitch coming inside to McMillan, and that's ball 4. Jackson Jones was on the run, but it doesn't matter. He'll get there anyway. So McMillan's on with a walk. Back-to-back base runners to start for Greensboro to get on.
The right fielder, number 5, Jordan Saunders.
And we talked about Greensboro, how busy they were today. An emotional 9-8, 12-inning win over Mexico. That bunt foul by number 5, Jordan Saunders, who took over in right field. Eliminating the DH, Tate Andrews, who was in the spot. There's the bunt, pushed to the right side by Saunders. That'll be a sacrifice. Runner at second, Jones, got off second base after he turned, then went back, nearly got tagged out, but he's safe at first, or at second. And so Jones actually will end up at third. That was McMillan at second, and Saunders with the sac bunt, 1 out in the inning. Runners on second and third, 1-1 game. And the batter, Quinn Wolford. Number 15, singled and scored on the sacrifice, or I should say, and scored.
Batting .308.
Next pitch inside to Wolford. 1-1. 1 down after the sacrifice bunt by Jordan Saunders. The beauty of a bunt. Next pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate. Good pitch by Raditz. Healthy crowd here at just over 10:14 Central Time. Swing and a miss, and Wolford's down on strikes. 2 outs.
That's a big out for Cam Raditz, as he's got runners at second and third. And now it's going to bring up Joaquin Gordon. Gordon laid down a sacrifice his first time up.
And that actually led to the put out at home. Connor Smith tried to score on the sacrifice, and he was thrown out 1-2. Joaquin Gordon definitely not going to bunt here. He's going to try and swing away. He takes a strike first. Gordon batting from the left side. Facing an 0-1 count. Runners at second and third. Just a bit outside. 1-1. Tomorrow, the final day of the Colt World Series.
Marion trying to win it for consecutive years.
Swing, and he fouls it away. 1-2 now on Joaquin Gordon.
If they can win tonight and make it to that championship game, that would be the championship game 2 years in a row. It's a strong baseball team.
Yeah. And Covina as well. 1-2 pitch in the turf outside. 2-2.
And I mean, it was a big deal when they won it last year. It was the continental states that participated, but now you can throw in the international teams and has I think a little bit more oomph behind it. Not to take away from the title.
Swing and a miss. Gordon down on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts. So after allowing the single and the walk, he gets an out on the sac bunt, and back-to-back strikeouts of the swinging variety, and the inning is over. We are through 2.5, bottom of the third. Coming up, it's tied at 1 here at the Colt World Series at Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois. Bottom of the third, still tied at 1 in this Colt World Series. Marion coming up to bat. It is Cruz Harlan, the shortstop for Marion.
Cruz walked his first time up. Bats here to lead things off.
Fouls the first pitch off. 0-1 on Cruz. Cruz stands at the very tip of the batter's box, closest to the catcher in that corner. And that one escapes the pitcher. Thought it clipped him. Somehow it missed him. Next pitch is outside. 2-1.
Cruz sporting the matching helmet and shoe color.
2-1 pitch on the way. And misses. 3-1. Next offering. Big cut and a miss from Cruz Harlan. 3-2 now. Greensboro sporting the green jerseys and the white pants, white trim. Ball caps with white and green. Marion with the white pants, blue jersey, red trim, blue helmet. That ball misses. It's a walk for Cruz Harlan. And he starts off the inning with a leadoff walk. That brings up Drake Moss for Marion.
The third baseman, number 19, Drake Moss.
Clue is still on the mound in his second inning of work.
Activity down in the bullpen, though.
There's a shot to left field off the bat of Moss. Base hit. Lands in front of the left fielder. That'll advance Cruz Harlan to second. And Drake Moss gets on with a hit. Back-to-back base runners to start the inning for Marion. They're cooking.
The activity in the bullpen is for Marion at the moment. The back-to-back base hits as Cluis is throwing his third inning of work after throwing earlier today.
First pitch misses upstairs to Caleb Siebers, the designated hitter for Marion. He singled and then advanced on a throw all the way to third, and then he got caught in that very funky rundown. And that misses inside 2-0. Wow, we saw a big thing of lightning way out east of us. Two 2-0 on Siebers. Next pitch is a strike. It's a very pretty backdrop.
It is.
When that lightning comes out, of course, it is miles and miles and miles away. 2-1 pitch upstairs, 3-1. So right now, Cluis in danger of loading the bases in a 1-1 tie. 2-1 pitch on the way. Misses outside. 3-1 pitch on the way. Misses outside. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Ethan Golish, who, as we mentioned, hasn't seen much action in this Colt World Series, but now with a big moment here in the bottom of the third to put Marion ahead. And now the Greensboro Green will meet at the mound to see what their next move is. No one warming up in the bullpen for the Greensboro Green, as Ethan Golish will await his at-bat. Wonder if they're talking strategy here. Of course, if the bases are loaded, nobody out, any ball on the ground has to go home. That's probably the first thing that he's reminding them of. And Team Marion doing a good job of waiting out Wesley Cluis, who again came in relief of Garrett Jones, who was struggling with his command of the breaking ball. And now Cluis finds himself in a big jam. Harlan at third, Moss at second, Siebers at first, Ethan Golish at the plate, nobody out, 1-1 game. Ball 1.
This seems like a big moment for Marion and a big moment for Greensboro. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Next pitch is a strike. Outside part of the plate. Infielders back in the middle. Corner infielders playing inside the grass as that's fouled away and above us onto the roof.
Here it comes.
Marion with 1 in the first. Greensboro with 1 in the second. That ball is tipped, fouled back. We'll do it again. And again, one person warming up in the Marion bullpen. So far, both pitchers doing a good job. Here's a fly ball deep left field for Golish, and making the catch is Billings in left. He's going to throw it back in the infield, and coming in to score is Cruz Harlan. Marion takes the lead on the sac fly RBI from Ethan Golish, and it is 2-1 Marion.
Got under it just a touch, but it was deep enough that with the speed of Cruz Harlan, he was able to just cruise his way home. And Marion now has a 1-run lead. It's 2-1.
And they're going to want more runs than that to be on cruise mode. There's a shot into right field. That's a base hit. And the runners are going to advance a base. Single for Morgan Fricker. That moves Drake Moss to third and Caleb Siebers to second. Marion making good contact and getting good pitches to hit. And once again, the bases are loaded. One pitch after they got the lead on a sac fly RBI from Ethan Golish.
Now batting, second baseman, number 6, Jack Horry.
Jack Horry steps up to the plate. The second baseman flied out to right his last time up. That was in the second inning. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. Bases loaded for Marion. And it's popped up by Horry. First base side, coming in to make the catch is Joaquin Gordon. Squeezes for the second out of the inning.
Got under that one, skied the pop up on the infield, and Gordon losing the hat because he's got good hair. Comes in and makes the catch. And now with 2 down, it's up to Dawson Griffith.
First 3 reached for Marion, 1 scored. Another man reached, and then 1 got out on the pop out to first, Horry. And Dawson Griffith comes in now, taking his second pitch of the at-bat. It's 1-1. He flied out to first as well. Big cut and a miss by Dawson Griffith. He wanted to do some damage.
He saw his pitch there. It was a hanging curveball, about ladder high.
Left field playing pretty deep out there. Right field playing fairly deep. There's a shot, base hit past third. 1 run's going to score. Here comes another. It's Siebers. And it is a 2-run double for Dawson Griffith, scoring Siebers from second and Moss from third.
Turned on that one. He had the big cut on the pitch before, and that pitch wasn't too far from where the first one was. He got this one, drove it up that left field line, driving in 2, and now Marion has extended that lead to a 3-run lead, 4-1.
That's a tough hit because I obviously gives Marion the lead, but Quinn Wolford was right there. It went to the left of his glove, to the right of his glove. He was just positioned just a little bit to the left. He would have had the line out. As it is, it's a 2-run double. Ground ball to short. This should end the inning. Throw is offline, takes him off the bag. Everybody's safe. Another run scores. And Team Marion gets another run. Morgan Fricker coming to the plate. Jack Ford goes to first on the throw from short. That throw from McMillan over to Gordon wasn't the best throw. It took Joaquin Gordon off the bag. That allowed Jack Ford to stay safe.
And it was the speed of Jack Ford that beat that out, as Wolford got a throw on it, but a little offline, and it was Ford that snuck his way into first.
5-1 Marion, a big crooked number here in the third inning. 4 runs. Some big hits by Dawson Griffith. There's a shot deep left field, and Nate Billings is going to go back, makes the catch heading toward the track, and the inning is over, but not before Marion tallies 4 runs. They take the lead 5-1 at the end of 3. Top of the 4th coming up here from Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois. Top of the fourth. Here at Rent One Park, home of the 2022 Colt World Series. Danny Valle, Dave McKenzie here, bringing you the action. Swing and a miss by Connor Smith, the catcher for Greensboro. Marion with a big inning in the bottom of the third. The big hit, the two-run double from Dawson Griffith, 5-1. Oh, and that hit him. That pitch from Camden Raditz hit Connor Smith on the top of the back.
Made me. At first, I didn't know if it hit him or if it hit the bat. If it hits the bat, it's a foul ball.
I think it caught the top of his back, from what I saw. And I don't think we heard any
ding.
Yeah, any aluminum pop. And I think the umpire didn't hear any of that either. And, of course, it's the umpire's discretion. So Connor Smith is on first. He's the catcher, so he'll have a courtesy runner over at first. That's Isaac Marley. So Isaac Marley will run at first for the catcher, Connor Smith, who was just hit by a pitch. The leadoff man on. That's been a theme in this game, the leadoff man getting on. But so far, it's worked out in Marion's favor. First two runners reached for Marion. In fact, the first three in that last half inning. That ball outside. 1-1 the count on Nate Billings, the left fielder for the Green. Singled in the second. Faces a 1-1 count. Gets a good piece of that ball in this shallow center field, but out goes the shortstop, Cruz Harlan, to make the catch. One down. Back to the top of the order for the Green. It'll be Wesley Cluis, who started the game in right and then was called in to pitch. He would love to get a base hit here to get the taste of the third inning out of his mouth. First pitch, way outside, ball one. Marion batted around in that third inning. So when they come back to the plate, it'll be Cruz Harlan to lead off the inning again for the second straight. Next pitch, grounded toward the third base side, but that's going foul. 1-1. Should he reach, Angel Mora will come up for Greensboro. Marion's last game was last night, a 5-4 win over Team Mexico. This is Greensboro's second game of the day. Also against Mexico, a 9-8, 12-inning thriller.
Almost a 4-hour game.
2-1 off the end of the bat, right to second, and the throw to first, that's a double play. So Marley got caught on the liner. Jordan Saunders lines out to second, and then the throw over the first to complete the double play. We are through 3.5. It's Marion 5, Greensboro 1. You're listening to the Colt World Series from Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois. Back at Rent One Park, amusing ourselves in the video board, watching some folks doing the Macarena. You remember the Macarena, right?
I do remember that. I like that song. Just to let you know, the setup for tomorrow, as of now, Covina, California is in the championship game by themselves. 8 o'clock is the championship game. Now, if Marion continues to hold on and they win this game, that will be it. Just a single game tomorrow night. But if Greensboro can battle their way back here and beat Marion, they would play at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the winner of that game would advance to the championship game. So this is an elimination game for Greensboro, North Carolina.
Cruz Harlan taking that first pitch for a strike. This one bounced to third. Picked up by Wolford. Throwing to Gordon for the out. 5-3. Cruz Harlan retired. Seemed like deja vu all over again. Harlan began the inning in the third. He starts the inning off in the fourth. But unlike the third when he started off with a walk, he's going to walk back to the dugout after being thrown out by the third baseman, Wolford. And Moss will come up. He's the third baseman for Marion.
Cruz Harlan hit that one right off the end of the bat. Or Cruz Harlan.
First pitch is a strike. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Marion. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Greensboro. Ground ball to short. Easy play for McMillan. 2 down. That'll bring up Caleb Siebers. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He was thrown out at home on what Dave scored as a 2-1-5-2-5-2 put out. He was caught in that rundown between third and home. Pitch upstairs. 1-0 on Caleb Siebers, the designated hitter.
I should have scored it Pickle.
I think the guys at Pony would have understood.
At third.
2-0 after the last pitch to Siebers. Wesley Clue still on the mound for Greensboro. Behind in the count, 2-0. 2 outs. That one misses, 3-0. On deck, Ethan Golish. And he takes the walk. So Siebers gets on after back-to-back groundouts for Greensboro's defense. A walk issued by Wesley Cluis, and that'll bring up Ethan Golish. Had the sac fly earlier in the game that gave Marion the lead initially before they tacked on 3 more. Golish plays left field, bats right. Outside, ball 1.
Styling with the back pockets hanging out on his baseball pants.
It's a lot of us right now under the inflation.
True. That's exactly right.
(2-0). Wind blowing in gently. Flags are active out in center field. 3-0. It is pretty muggy out here. We're lucky to be in the broadcast booth. Dave has his own personal fan. Big time need.
I didn't even think about it, man.
You're the one who brought it.
It's been there all day, and I'm such a...
Ball 4 for Ethan Golish. He'll get on the first. And back-to-back walks. Oh, now he blows the fan by. Well, that's nice of you, partner. Didn't have to do all that.
I'll buy another one tomorrow.
Perfect. It's the last day of the Colt World Series. So after back-to-back groundouts, back-to-back walks by Wesley Cluis, runners on first and second, it's 2 outs, 5-1 Marion the score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch on the way for Morgan Fricker is a strike, or I should say it's a ball. I feel like I'm on a boat right now, Dave. Thinking cooler thoughts. 1-0 pitch, fouled straight back by Fricker, the right fielder. Had a walk in the second, stole a base, did not score. One the count on Fricker. The pitch. Ooh, and it hit him on the left shoulder, so Fricker will get on. And a familiar situation for Marion. Bases loaded with 2 outs. We've seen the bases loaded for Marion twice today, both of them coming on that 4-run third.
Second baseman, number 6, Jack Horry.
And Jack Horry will step up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 as Greensboro will meet at the mound.
They're going to the pen. They're going to Nate Billings, who's going to come in from left field, and he will relieve Wesley Cluis.
So Nate Billings will come in and will step aside and pause while they give him the time he needs to warm up to come to this game. And it'll be in a tough situation. Bases loaded for Marion, 2 outs. It's 5-1 the score here in the bottom of the fourth at Red One Park. Back at Rent One Park, new pitcher for Greensboro is Angel Mora. He will move from second to pitcher, and Wesley Cluis, to stay in the game, will move from pitcher to second base. So Nate Billings, who we thought was going to come in, he'll stay in left field. Mora, the new pitcher, having a word with catcher Connor Smith about how to approach Jack Horry with the bases loaded and 2 down. Jack Horry plays second base. He doesn't have a hit today. He flied out twice. Popped out to first, flied out to right. First pitch to Horry is inside. That's the first pitch of the evening from Angel Mora. Third pitcher of the evening for Greensboro. And that ball hits him. Jack Horry hit by the pitch, back-to-back hit by pitches from Greensboro pitching. And that allows a run to score. So 2 walks in a row, 2 hit by pitches in a row equals a run for Marion. It is 6-1.
Number 25, Dawson Griffith.
So 2 pitches for Angel Mora and a run scores. Here comes Dawson Griffith, and he fouls this one straight back to the screen. 0-1. So Jack Horry will get an RBI.
Last time up, Dawson Griffith hammered that ball up the third base line.
Yeah, he zipped it past Quinn Wolford. And this time, Griffith skies it into shallow right field. Out goes Cluis to make the catch just in at second base. And he makes the final out of the inning. But not before Marion gets 4 runners across. Or I should say, gets 4 runners in the inning. 1 comes across to score, and it is 6-1 Marion. We are at the end of 4. We go to the top of the 5th. It is Marion 6, Greensboro 1. You're listening to the Colt World Series at Rent One Park in Marion.
Top of the 5th inning here at Rent One Park. Dave McKenzie and Danny Vallier. Thanks for helping out with these games, man.
No, it's my pleasure. It was a privilege to be here, and I'm just glad that I got the opportunity.
Greensboro comes to bat in the top of the 5th inning. They need some runs. They trail 6-1.
Plus, they told me you needed some company up here.
Well, sometimes. Hard hit towards second. Hari up with it. Throws across. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the 5th inning. It's going to bring up Jackson Jones. Action Jackson has had a busy day.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 12.
Just an outstanding athlete, and it's been a lot of fun to watch him in this tournament. He's made some really good catches. He can pitch.
And he just looks like a baseball player.
He does. I bet he plays basketball, too.
Well, what gives you that idea?
The fact that he's probably about 6'2", maybe, 6'3".
Well, I did speak to manager Adam Gunn. He does indeed play basketball, so you were right on the money.
This may be trouble. It's a fly ball, and it falls in between the second baseman. It just, nobody took charge. As Hari went back, Bergen come charging in at the last second. Fricker came in. And somebody's got to say, mine, mine, mine. And they didn't do that. It falls for a single for Jackson Jones.
Yeah, it goes into a very dangerous territory when you have 3 players all going for the same ball, and either you don't hear somebody or, like you said, nobody takes charge and, gets the ball. And really, for me, it's the center fielder that needs to call them off.
Yeah, they always say if the center fielder, if he can get to anything, he can call them off. It's the center fielder's ball. Just like it is a third baseman coming across on the infield to cut off a ground ball from short. The momentum is carrying toward the first base. That's why that's the rule. Center fielder is the same way. They're typically coming toward the infield. They have the momentum. Usually the fastest guys in the outfield are those that play center. 2 balls and no strikes. to McMillan, right back to the pitcher. Raditz throws to second for one, on to first, double play. And that ends the inning. What a job by Raditz. Knocked it down, gathered himself, and they turn two. That ends the fifth inning. Marion is going to come to bat here in the bottom of the fifth. They have the lead by 5. It's 6-1 here at the Colt World Series in Marion, Illinois. Welcome back to Rent One Park. Dave McKenzie, Danny Vanier here. Bottom of the fifth inning, and Marion is going to come to the plate. They have a 6-1 lead, and it is going to be the number 9 hitter, literally and figuratively. And then top of the order is Brandon Bergen is the leadoff hitter, but Jack Ford leading things off. He wears number 9 on his back, and he is in the number 9 slot in the lineup. Fouls the first one off. Down on the berm, we need to hear the mic. There it is. And then you have mean old man Kenny Minor over there says, once you get the ball in your hand, take and turn it in. You can't keep it, kids. Get off my lawn.
No baseball for you.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, it makes me feel old. I was 11 years old when Finding Nemo came out. Remember watching it in theaters?
Still love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The 0-1. Angel Morrow still throwing. Mora, rather. The 1-1, high and tight on Jack Ford. He's walked and he's singled. Yet to score a run here tonight.
You know, the common misconception about Finding Nemo is that the fish marlin is voiced by Tom Hanks. It is not. It's Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks.
I don't know if you ever watched Broadcast News.
Great movie.
Really good.
Of course we would watch all the broadcasts. It's what we do.
I've yet to see Network, though.
I have not seen Network either. I do. What's the Apple with Jennifer Aniston and?
Yeah, with Reese Witherspoon.
And Reese Witherspoon.
The Morning Show.
Morning Show.
That's really good.
It is outstanding.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon is an amazing producer. She's got some creativity.
Jack Ford picks up the walk and makes his way down to first base. Top of the order now Brandon Bergen comes to the plate. Brandon in the game has walked, has struck out, has flown out to left, looking for his first hit of the night. I was just checking the weather. It's 85 degrees, but with the humidity, the heat index is still 95. And, folks, it is almost 11 o'clock at night as the bunt goes foul.
And the runner, Bergen, nearly touched that baseball. He would have been out.
He would have been out.
That ball went right between his legs as it crossed from fair into foul territory. Before it did, it was a really nice bunt. Turf just pushed it into foul ground. So it feels like 95 out there, huh?
Yeah. Here in 3 minutes, it'll be 11 o'clock Central Time. And a heat index of 95. Marion, Illinois, located about 90 miles southeast of St. Louis, for those that are not from the area that are watching. Five hours south of Chicago.
My hometown.
Grounder, two hopper to third, throw across in time, and it moves the runner forward up to second base. 5-3 on the put out. That's the first out. And shortstop Cruz Harlan comes to the plate.
Harlan officially 0 for 1 with 2 walks, 2 runs scored.
Hits from the left side, puts the toes right on the chalk on the inside portion of the batter's box. Big swing. He liked that pitch right there. He went right after it from Mora. 68 mile an hour pitch from Mora, the right-hander.
He's the third pitcher of the night for Greensboro.
Started off with Garrett Jones, then Wesley Cluis came on in relief, and now Mora relieving Cluis. Pitch stays away. It's 1-1 with 1 down.
Players like Cluis have to get an outfielder's glove and an infielder's glove. He was in right field to start the game.
Yes, he was.
Then he was a pitcher, and now he's at second base.
Misses up. The count now 2-1. The other half of the bracket has been set as Covina, California is going to be playing for the Pony League Colt World Series Championship tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
And as you mentioned, it's the second straight championship appearance for the Covina Blue. And Marion trying to repeat as champions.
So it could be a rematch from a year ago. If Marion hangs on, that will be the case. And if Greensboro can somehow come back and win this game, they'd have to do it in come-from-behind fashion. They trail by 5 now. It's 6-1 here in the 5th inning.
It's not impossible.
It is not impossible.
But we wonder how much they have left in the tank.
They have had a long day.
Yeah.
But if they come back, then these same two teams, that's a called third strike to get Harlan looking. He thought it might have been inside, but it's the second out, and now Drake Moss. If Greensboro could find a way to come back, then these two teams would play again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. That would be Marion's first loss tonight if they were to give up this lead. Greensboro has 1 loss. It's a double elimination tournament, so they would have to play a game tomorrow morning. And whoever wins would play in the championship game. Right now it's 6-1. Marion on top. 6 runs on 5 hits as the pitch catches the outside corner to Drake Moss. Moss has singled. He's grounded out. And he's popped out. That was back in the first. His 4th plate appearance here this evening. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. 1 runner on at second. And that is Jack Ford. Drake Moss wears number 19 on his jersey. Called strike. 68 from Angel Mora.
Showing some good off-speed stuff, but also the ability to paint the corners.
John Smoltz.
Smoltzy.
One of my favorite all-time pitchers. Hammered foul to the left side of the field.
1/3 of that 3-headed monster from the 90s. Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux.
Of course, that's when I had to watch Atlanta Braves baseball on TBS for all those years.
The great Skip Carey.
Skip Carey, yeah.
Now Chip.
Of course. Boy, that ball's driven in the air toward left. On the run is Marley. He can't get to it. One hops the fence. Off the front of the fence. Here comes McManaway to score. And into third with a triple for Marion. How about Drake Moss?
What a turn by Drake Moss. Got a good pitch and sent it way out to left field. 1 hops off the wall. And another run for Marion.
I said Marley was a left fielder, but it was Billings, and he had to give chase right from the get-go. It 1 hop the fence in left center field. And now Adam Gunn comes out of the dugout to talk to his pitcher, and he's going to make a pitching change. 7-1 is the score here in the 5th inning. We'll pause, and when we come back, we'll let you know who the reliever is. New pitcher for Greensboro, North Carolina is Jackson Rippey. Jackson comes on in relief of Angel Mora. So Jackson will take the place of Mora in the lineup. Defensively for Greensboro, it's Billington left, Jackson Jones in center, Saunders in right. Wolford is at third. McMillan is the shortstop. Cluis at second. Gordon at first. This ball's going to drop in for a base hit in left field. Another run scores. Gets past the left fielder, Billings. And in with a double is Caleb Sievers.
8-1 Marion, just trying to pour it on now.
With 2 outs. So Jackson Rippey is greeted rudely by Caleb Sievers. And now Ethan Golish, who's looking for his first hit of the game.
And you hit it right on the head. You know, the first batter of the inning walked, that was Jack Ford, and then they got 2 straight outs on the ground out and the strikeout, and then that big triple from Jake Moss. And then Sievers following that up with the double.
8-1 the score. This is lifted in foul ground. Third baseman Wolford comes over and makes the catch. And that is going to end the inning. But Marion scratches across 2. Here in the 5th inning, we're heading to the top of the 6th. Greensboro coming to bat at the Colt World Series here at Rent One Park. Here we go, top of the 6th inning, 8-1, Marion on top of Greensboro, North Carolina. The Green, as they bat here in the top of the 6th inning, it is Jordan. Can't read my own writing here.
Saunders.
Who's at the plate.
Yeah, he was actually on the bench to begin the game, but some switches. They eliminated the DH, and he came into the DH spot.
Ground ball to short, gobbled up, throw across, offline, and it's going to be an infield base hit. Actually, probably an error on Harlan.
I think so. I think I would agree with that. That throw pulled Joaquin Gordon, or I should say Dawson Griffith over at first, pulled him off the bag just a bit. So I think it'd be an error.
Quinn Wolford will come to the plate now. Quinn in this game has singled and struck out. And that's just out of the reach of Jack Hari, who was diving for it. Base hit into right. And the first 2 here in the 6th inning have reached. That's a base hit.
Right on cue, as you said. He singled back in the 2nd and now wastes no time on the first pitch. getting that to right field just past the diving glove of Jack Horry.
Well, Keaton Gordon, every time he comes to the batter's box, he turns around and he writes something in the dirt with his bat, initials or something that means something to him. Then he digs in and gets set. Takes the first pitch for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out, 2 aboard for Greensboro. They bat here in the 6th inning. Cam Raditz still on the mound for Marion. Goes to the rosin bag. Weather you can wear here tonight at the ballpark. The 2-0 pitch from Raditz. Misses outside, it's 3-0. Marion has guys in the bullpen. Not a lot of throwing. Maybe they're ready. As a matter of fact, a little hacky sack taking place out there.
We did see Marion's guys out there earlier in the game, so they might be already warm. They're just waiting for the signal.
I promise they're warm.
Oh, yeah.
Are they loose?
Oh, yeah.
And the first 3 reach for Greensboro. Don't think that this ball game is over. It's 8-1. And this Greensboro team,
Now batting, the catcher, number 9.
they can strike at any moment. And now it's Connor Smith. Connor has an RBI. The only run for Greensboro was the RBI from Connor Smith. And a strike for Cam Raditz. Smith bats for the 3rd time here in this contest. Swings and misses. Foul tip at the plate. And that is a strikeout. Swinging. That's the first out.
Now batting, left fielder, number 2, Nate Billings.
Billings comes to the plate, the left fielder, with runners on all 3 bases. Saunders at 3rd, Wolford at 2nd, Gordon at 1st, 1 down. Outfield straight away. Infield plays back. They'd like a double play. Pitch is outside. Jack Ford is a beast. He has caught both of these games, or done all the catching for all of these Marion games. He's really been outstanding.
You know why? It's because he's built Jack Ford tough.
He is. Had a guy, of course, Jack plays for Heversburg, and said he is just an outstanding catcher. As a ball comes back into the field of play, said he's just an outstanding catcher. Frames the pitch. Strong has a good arm. Good leader. Ooh, that was off the mask of Jack Ford, and home plate umpire is going to walk out. Jack says, I'm all right. Let's go.
Off the noggin, nothing a little helmet can't absorb.
Jack wears the hockey mask style face protector. Seems like those tend to deflect a little bit better.
If it works for a puck, it could work for a baseball.
I would agree. Ooh. Oh. That's going to bring in a run as the hit by pitch for Nate Billings. As a matter of fact, it's going to bring Saunders in from 3rd. Everybody moves up a base. Wolford will go to 3rd. Gordon goes to 2nd.
A most painful RBI for Nate Billings.
And that may be it. Maybe not. For Raditz.
They may give him one more batter. You have 1 out. And if you can get a double play.
I think in this situation, if I'm the coach, I'm just saying throw strikes. Just throw a strike. You don't have to paint. Let's just let the defense make their plays.
Keep the ball low.
Keep it down. Keep it in front of you. There, that should be two, but he might find the hole. And Moss, the third baseman, that was in the hole between third and short. Moss dove for it, and then it was fielded by Harlan, and he had nobody to throw to. So an infield hit scores another. Bases remain loaded. Greensboro has scored 2 here in this 6th inning.
And that was Wesley Cluis with that RBI infield single to the left side. And as you said, all runners moving a base ahead.
Here is the pitch to Angel. That's not Mora.
Newman Jackson Rippey.
Rippey, that's right. Forgot to write that down. Jackson.
Well, actually, it is Mora, my mistake. Thought Rippey came in.
So it is Mora. That pitch misses. It's 2-1. Eight to 3 the score. 3 runs on 8 hits for Greensboro. Lifted toward right field. Going back on it is Fricker. Makes the catch. Another run is going to score. F9 on the putout. That is out number 2. And coming in to score from third is Joaquin Gordon.
Now batting, center fielder, number 12.
And
Jackson
Nate
Joe.
Billings came over to third. He tagged up. And so now runners at first and third. And Greensboro has quietly cut this lead in half.
Just keeping the line moving. Second base is clear. Runners at the corners, though.
One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Approaching 11:20 Central Time. Been a long day of baseball, 12 plus hours. First game started at 11 o'clock this morning. And in that game, Harlingen, Texas beat Southern Illinois and eliminated them from the Colt World Series 7-4. Game 2 was Mexico, and a catch is made in left for the final out. Golish is there to make the grab. We are going to head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Marion is coming to the plate. Greensboro sent 8 players to the bat there in the 6th. Marion's coming up, bottom of the 6th. Stick around. Colt World Series here, live from Rent One Park. Bottom of the 6th inning. Marion has the 8-4 lead over Greensboro, North Carolina. The Greensboro Green, they are needing a win desperately, because if they lose, then their trip to the Colt World Series comes to an end. They have won 3 games so far in the tournament. A chopper toward third by the leadoff batter in a easy infield hit for Marion's Brandon Bergen.
Yeah,
that was actually Fricker.
Yeah, there's not much you can really do on that kind of a play. Quinn Wolford out there.
Fricker with the base hit. My bad.
That was just a well-placed ball.
It was. And I'm tired. I just looked at my score sheet.
Hey, you're the Cal Ripken of this Colt World Series. You've done every game. I've only done a few with you.
Done every game since the World Series has been here. Truthfully.
Nice. Yeah, that's why
I hadn't even thought about it until you just said that. I was like, hey, it's crazy.
Voice of the Colt World Series, Dave McKenzie.
8-4, the score. I hadn't really even thought about that.
To the young gentleman down the left field line, please do not sit or hang over onto the field. Get off the wall for your safety.
Daddy Kenny talking here at Rent One Park for safety.
Right.
Swing and a miss.
He's not being mean, just to be mean. He does it for
there's a purpose.
He does it for the right reasons.
Pinch hitter for Marion for Jack Hari. And that is Noah Arnold. Noah hitting for Hari here in the bottom of the 6th. Noah wears number 3. Bats from the right side. Runner at first. In Fricker. This ball's driven toward center and may drop in. Charging and making a nice catch. Jackson Jones out in center field for Greensboro, North Carolina. Came a long way. A sliding catch.
Well timed by Jackson Jones. And like you said, he had to run pretty much from medium depth center field. He had to run towards pretty near shallow second, or a deep second, I would say.
Going to have another pinch hitter, it appears. This will fill in the Dawson Griffith slot, the number 8 slot.
Looks like Michael Minicucci.
Yeah.
Pinch hitting. Number 16. Correction. Number 42, Michael Minicucci.
Michael hit from the right side with 1 down.
Gets a nice ovation from the home crowd.
Gets a couple of whoops. Runner takes off in Fricker, and he slides in safe. Stolen base for Fricker. Mike Minicucci.
Michael with the Y.
Looks at a pitch away. Runner, Fricky, can advance to third on the ball that got away from catcher Connor Smith. Connor has caught both of the games here for Greensboro today. I bet he sleeps well tonight. Andrews, the pitcher. Minicucci, 2-1, 1 out. Pops this up. Coming into foul territory. First baseman Joaquin Gordon saves. The pitcher.
Yeah, it was either Tate Andrews' ball or the first baseman's Joaquin Gordon, and Gordon was right behind Tate Andrews because Andrews had a beat on it, but he was a little bit ahead of it, but backed up by Gordon for the out.
Tate Andrews is the pitcher. I missed that.
Pitch hitting for Marion. Number 4.
He was the designated hitter earlier in
Yes.
this game.
And now it is Niemeyer, Chase Niemeyer. That is hammered down the right field line.
And they race to those foul balls.
Yes, they do. They're young. They can do that.
You saying you can't?
Not tonight.
Need one of those big nets. You can just reach out and grab the foul balls if they end up coming our way. Pretty tough to get a foul ball where we're at.
Yeah. You know, when you're on-field hosting, you wind up, you're in left field corner one half inning, and you got to be in the right field corner the next half. You learn to hightail your way around.
I had to do that for the t-shirt toss yesterday. Started at first base, ended up at third. And you know, I didn't get one on the roof, so that's good.
Did you not?
No.
Everybody else has. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is foul off to the right.
Yeah, they told me, hey, if you, because I work for News 3, and they had the chief meteorologist, Nick Housen, there too, and they said, hey, if you don't get it onto the roof, you'll be the only News 3 person that did not get the T-shirt on the roof. And, you know, to my credit, I got the front of the roof. It literally banged the roof, the top of the roof.
Fascia.
And then it fell down. And then it spared me.
Strike him out. Big strikeout for Greensboro. Marion doesn't score any runs. This is it, though, for Greensboro. Top of the 7th inning. They need 4 to tie as they come to bat in the top of the 7th. 8-4 is our score. Stay with us. 7th inning action is next here at the Colt World Series. Top of the 7th inning. And it's all or nothing here for Greensboro as they come to bat in the top of the 7th. They trail this game by 4. It's 8-4. They've scored 4 runs on 8 hits. They've committed 2 errors. Marion has 8 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. New pitcher to close this out for Marion is going to be Connor DeWert. Connor, a 10 CZR, and he fires the first pitch in there, 75 mile an hour for strike 1. At the plate for Greensboro It is Ian McMillan. Ground ball. Charging hard is Arnold. Can't get the ball out of his glove. And McMillan is on with a base hit.
Yeah, that was a tough play coming in for Jack Hari. He had to charge hard because that ball slowed down as it got to the edge of the grass. That allowed McMillan to reach safely on the infield hit.
That ball I don't know, it had some spin on it because as it went past DeWert, it kind of spun away from him. And Arnold was charging hard, just couldn't get a good enough grip to get the throw off. This is Jordan Saunders this is Andrews that's batting. Tate Andrews.
Minicucci, the first baseman for Marion now over there in first.
Oh, just missed. 77. He's starting to get warmed up. He started around 74. Nobody out, 2 balls and 1 strike to Tate Andrews. There's the strike, 75. Connor DeWert, big tall pitcher, left-hander, works from the third base side of the rubber. Doesn't waste any time. He's just going in there pumping strikes, trying to
induce a ground ball. The double play is in effect with that runner at first, McMillan.
Ooh. Misses outside. And the first 2 have reached.
And that's how the Greensboro Green got their runs in the 6th inning, sending the first 3 men on. Trying to replicate that. They scored 3 in that inning, and it's a 4-run game now.
Jace Niemeyer, the catcher, wanted to go out and talk to his pitcher. Niemeyer came in to replace Jack Ford earlier. Defensively, it's Golish in left, Bergen in center, Fricker still in right. As our fan come crashing down, that was clipped to the windowsill. But the quick hands of the 2 broadcasters kept it from falling down on to the crowd below.
Onto a fan. Fan onto a fan.
Fan that would be a news story.
Yeah. Breaking news right here.
Foul tipped.
And you know they'd ask me to find 4 different angles for them.
Absolutely.
5 different angles for them.
And here's the audio cut.
Give me better video.
0-2 to Quinn Wolford. Runners at first and second. It's popped in the air right. Fricker comes in. Makes the catch. Runner dekes. Cut off. They keep him at second base. Nice job. First out. So now it's going to be Joaquin Gordon.
First baseman, number 11, Joaquin Gordon.
And he walked and scored his last time up, part of that 3-run rally for Greensboro.
Hits from the left side. McMillan, the runner at second. Tate Andrews, the runner at first. They throw to second, not in time as McMillan slid back in, but that was a good move from DeWert.
Minicucci at first, playing behind the runner at first.
They're holding the runner at second. Harlan behind him defensively, keeping him close. Called strike, 75 on the gun.
Good pitch
from DeWert.
Placed it where Gordon couldn't reach it.
Connor, left-hander, looks in. Takes a peek at the runners. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Chopper toward first. Just step on first. And 2 down now as Minicucci gets the unassisted put out.
Yeah, Minicucci hesitated for a moment. He thought he had to play at second, but instead chose to go to first for the easy out. So 2 down now. And Greensboro down to their last out with Connor Smith, the catcher, representing quite possibly the last batter for Greensboro.
He hits from the right side. Connor foul tips the first pitch.
He's doubled and has been hit by a pitch. Struck out today.
8-4 the score with 2 down, 2 aboard. They're at second and third in scoring position. Fouled again, 75. Connor DeWert, he's right there. 0-2 now, the count with 2 down.
And Marion 1 strike away from a Colt World Series championship appearance for the 2nd straight year.
DeWert looks in. Down to the final strike. The pitch. Lined right back up the middle. 2 runs are going to score. Well, they're going to hold up the runner at third. But McMillan comes in to score. Man, that was a shot right back up the middle. And an RBI single for Connor Smith.
Yeah, Smith hit that one right on the screws to the left of the pitcher.
DeWert right over his left arm.
Pitch running at first base, number 18, Gabe Oberg.
Gabe Oberg comes in as a courtesy runner.
Number 3, Isaac Marley.
Isaac Marley. Seeing his first appearance here in this game. Hits from the right side. Isaac, usually a left fielder. He comes on late here in a pinch hitting role for Nate Billings.
8-5, and he represents the tying run. Man at the plate.
And Isaac Marley, not a very big guy. And Connor DeWert, a pretty big guy. And you have to wonder if this was not intentional, as that pitch is up high. DeWert is 3-0.
Hard to get into his kind of a strike zone. Small zone.
And he walks him. 4 straight pitches. And now that tying run is at third base, and it's the top of the order. And Wesley Cluis comes to the plate.
Big spot for Wesley Cluis, tying run at first with Marley.
8-5 the score, bases are loaded, 2 down. Connor DeWert, first pitch misses outside, 1-0.
Tate Andrews at third. The courtesy runner for Smith, Gabe Oberg at second, and Isaac Marley at first.
Right down the middle, 74-mile-an-hour pitch from DeWert. Looks in, gets his sign. 1-1 with 2 down. Fouled. Just trying to protect there was Cluis, and it's down to the final strike once again.
Yeah, if you're Cluis, anything close, just try to stay alive.
Connor DeWert trying to close out this game. Get to the championship game right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Chops it toward first, flips it home. That's the ball game. The force out at home. Connor DeWert gets the save. And Marion now will play in the championship game tomorrow night. And that first pitch is slated to start at 8 o'clock. But what a tournament for Greensboro, North Carolina. Worthy opponents. They have played 5 games in this tournament. They beat Aroma Park 12-1. They took a loss to Marion in their first matchup 9-1. 5-4, they beat Aroma Park. Then they turned around and eliminated Mexico today. But they come up just a little bit short here this evening. Turns out it was 8-5 was the final score. 5 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. 8 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for Marion. And Marion now plays in the championship game for the second year in a row, and it's a repeat matchup of last year's championship game.
And Covina, California, this is the team they wanted to face from last year. That left a bad taste in their mouths last year, falling short to Marion, and now round 2 between Marion and Covina Blue for the second straight year. Should be really fun to watch.
We really hope that you come out to Rent One Park. Championship night is a lot of fun, and game time is set for 8 o'clock, and we invite you to come out, watch this game. The Pony League International World Series will conclude tomorrow night here at Rent One Park, and congratulations on a great tournament from Greensboro, North Carolina. They played well, but their tournament has come to a close. We will have the broadcast for you tomorrow night at straight up 8 o'clock. Hope you'll join us. Marion against Covina, California for the championship on Tuesday night. We'll have it right here. Thank you for watching and listening to the Pony League Colt World Series live from Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois, here on our YouTube channel. Have a great night, everybody.